Wednesday. I'm gonna start saying that Wednesday is the bonus stream. I feel like that's the marketing I want to use. Is that Wednesday is the bonus stream because it's like kind of random. I'm usually live Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays, and then we have this random Wednesday. Um, so we're gonna start calling today the bonus stream because I need to just get my shit together. Let's make sure that we're live, that we're in color. We are live. We are in color. And I think we need to I think we need to adjust some shit. Do we? Yeah, we do. We got to put slow mode on. We'll do 3 seconds. 3 seconds is enough, I think. 3 seconds. Okay. Here we are. Okay. So we're live. We're here. We're live. Hi, Leah Bobia. How are you? How are you doing today? Hey, David Portilla Davila. How are you? I am. Let's talk about how I'm doing. Um, I'm a little bit perturbed by the election. So, yeah, I'm really perturbed by the election. We had a really bad everything that could have went wrong in the Columbus politics went bad. It was pretty bad. Um, so, it is what it is. Um, we're facing a lot of tax increases for homeowners, which is interesting because a lot of people in Columbus, I live in a pretty liberal city, and people are always talking about gentrification, 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 gentrification. But then they vote for things that will just add to so called gentrification, like making home ownership exponentially more difficult for people that have lived here for decades, for their entire life. So it's like, okay, girl, like, what is you really saying? Because none of this makes sense. But I really didn't come here to bitch about my local political landscape. Um, I really didn't come to do that. But what I will say is, I know that a lot of people are very enamored with what is going on in New York City. Um, Quite frankly, in my opinion, I really don't care what they got going on in New York City. I really don't care. I'm sure that a case can be made that like I should pay attention because this could be happening in my city in the future. Da 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 da. Da. Sure, but I don't care. To be quite frank. But I know that you guys probably want to hear my opinions about it and ask me questions about it. So a view is a view, especially for a broke YouTuber such as myself. So a view is a view. So we could talk about what's his name, Zohran, Zohan. I don't know, Mamdani, Mamdani. We can talk about Mamdani if you want to. Ask me questions about him. Different policies he has. We can talk about it. Cause I know even my grandmother, I was on the phone with my grandmother, and she was like, "I don't want that Mom Donnie guy, that Mom Danny guy. I'm for Cuomo." I'm like, "Of course she's for Cuomo because she's an establishment Democrat voter herself, legacy Democrat voter herself. She's a dinosaur herself, and she wants to vote for the other dinosaurs. So it checks out, totally checks out." Um, Leah, what are you disappointed by today? What's going on? I keep hearing the elections were mixed. I didn't pay attention. Well, you should have voted, David. You should have voted because I'll tell you one thing. these votes, these midterm votes, are infinitely more important than presidential elections. Infinitely. And the reason why is because, first of all, your vote actually means a lot more. Your vote's actually a lot more impactful. Literally, it's more impactful because the smaller the pool of voters, the more impact your vote has. You understand that when you vote for a president, you're just one of millions of bitches upon millions of bitches. You're one of millions. But in a local election in your district and your precinct, you have a lot more power with your voice, aka your vote. And you need to be exercising it because there are so many things that are intentionally passed during midterm elections because they know you won't be voting for it. So they put stuff in these elections because they know you aren't going to show up to the poll, right? So, for example, in Columbus, let me bring it back to me. Let's bring it back to me for a second. We had five different tax increases. Five. Five different tax increases. We're talking about a time right now where bitches are complaining about food stamps. We're talking about people talking about how they can't afford nothing, they can't do nothing, they can't save nothing, they can't afford an emergency. But we've got we've got five issues on the ballot that's going to make life more expensive for Columbus natives. They wouldn't pass in a general election. But they know that. They they put things during these midterms that they know wouldn't get passed if more people came out to vote. It wouldn't pass. So they make sure that you stay your ass home. It infuriates me. It infuriates me how much more our taxes are going to increase as a result of the election yesterday. And it starts in January, right? So it's just disgusting. It's just disgusting. Um oh, DJ's here. Hey Autist, what's going on? He's a democratic socialist. Oh, the Mamdani? Yeah. Kathy Hochul said she will block any attempts by Mamdani to increase taxes on the rich. A lot of Mamdani's ideas will never come to fruition. And and that's part of why I think a lot of listen, I'm not from New York City. I have no interest in New York City. I barely have an interest in even visiting New York City. Okay? But I will say that I don't feel threatened by him the way that conservatives and libertarians feel threatened by him. I just don't. I feel like he's a fraud. I feel like he's all about marketing. I feel like he's like an AOC Bernie type guy, but just like AOC and Bernie, he's gonna be devoured by the establishment Democrats. That's my opinion. That's my honest opinion, and I'm usually right. But I don't think he's going to be able to enact a lot of the socialist ideas that he claims he's going to enact. Number one, because they're not feasible, and number two, because establishment Democrats are not socialists to that extreme, and he's gonna face roadblocks. As Kathy Hochul just said she would do, she's gonna protect corporations, honey. Listen, if Democrats love corporations, they love corporations. The crony capitalism, absolutely. Republicans love them even more, but Democrats love the corporations too. And Kathy Hochul said, "Not my money. You're not gonna be fucking up my money when I gotta go for re-election of governor of New York. You're not gonna fuck up my coins because she gets paid from the rich. Okay, those campaign contributions they come from the rich. So Mom Donnie talking about I want to tax the rich is really to Kathy Hochul is a tax on her and her political aspirations. So no wonder Kathy Hochul has come into contention with Mamdani on several occasions. They had to twist her arms and her legs and her toes to get her to even endorse the man. So I mean, they had to. She endorsed him, kicking and screaming. So I'm not shocked that she said that. Hey Carson, honey, I know I should have, but I'm worried about my income at the moment. Even more reason you should have been at the poll. David. I'm sorry to lie, but yeah, I'm worried about my income too, which is why I voted. And by the way, you live in New York City, so I'm pretty sure that you can vote absentee, right? I don't vote in person. I vote absentee. They mail that shit to my address. I fill that shit out. I put that shit back in the mail, and it's done. I don't fool around, fool online in the lines. I don't do that. Now I do work the polls. I work the polls all the time. I work the polls. Um, but I'm not you never gonna catch me in a line standing to vote. That's never gonna happen. Um, the thing I like about Mom Donnie is that he said he will arrest Netanyahu if he steps foot in New York City. But that's listen, even a broken clock is right twice a day. He said that he will arrest Netanyahu if he steps foot in New York City. A broken clock is right twice a day. Other than that, not a big fan of him. I hope so, but he's already backtracking on some of his proposals, like free government-run grocery stores. In an interview, he corrected the anchor, like we didn't all hear his lying ass before. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about with some of these far left and far right people. They, you know, it's nice and it's cute and you can get a lot of steam if you're a far left or a far right populist. You can get a lot of steam on the internet. You can get a lot of clout. You can get a lot of money by being a populist on the left and the right. But when you get into office and you start traversing the swamp, when you start traversing the swamp, those populist leftist socialist ideas, they're not sounding too popular, right? Right? That far right, that protectionist, that America First energy, when you get into the swamp, you start wading in the swamp. You start to see rumblings off into the distance. Is that a monster I see? Is that a monster I hear? Are they going to devour me? Are they going to surround me? Listen. And then when the monster appears, what does the monster have? After waiting in the swamp for a little bit, once you get elected, you come across these scary monsters, and then suddenly, when the monster reveals himself to you, what's in his hands? Suddenly, you're not so afraid of the monster anymore. Once the monster reveals himself to you and he has something in his hands. And what is it? I'm going to tell you what it is. It's a pocketbook. It's a checkbook because that's when the money starts flowing. That's when the bribery begins. That's when the influence begins because the monster who you thought was really scary when you got into the swamp as a far left or far right populist, someone who actually might care about the people. You might have different ways that you think we should achieve what you want to achieve, but let's be honest, the far left and the far right, in terms of populism, is two different sides of the same coin, right? Um, at least the genuine folks are. One side might be more right than the other, in my opinion, but it's the same coin. But again, once that populist gets in office, and they see the monsters that they heard about that they've been fighting against, oh, the monster's not so scary. The monster has a checkbook, and now I have the ability to enrich myself and my family and change the trajectory of my family and enrich myself even more then I already might be enriched. And that's when the betrayal begins. I made a tweet the other day, and I'm gonna get off this. I'm gonna get off this rant, but I want to share with you what I said, because what I'm talking about is very. It's something we're constantly seeing. Oh, I dragged that bitch. I got into a big fight on Twitter tonight, y'all. Oh my god, I cussed this motherfucker out. I told her, I said, the audacity of that septum pierced prostitute with the lopsided pussy to be in my mentions trying to argue a political position when the only position she knows is on her back. Get the fuck off my timeline, degenerate animal. That's what I said to her. Um, but let me not. That's Twitter. That's Twitter stuff. That was what, a couple hours ago. That was 2 hours ago. I said that to her. Then I blocked her ass. But that's after we had a back and forth because she really came out the side of her motherfucking mouth. See, listen, let me remind y'all of something about this social media thing, okay, when it comes to me. Because I don't need this shit on the internet. I'll repeat, I don't need this shit on the internet to live the life that I live. So what that means is I have no qualms about getting you together. Okay? I have no qualms about getting you together. I try my best to not go out of my way to be untoward towards other people. I try. I fail. I fall short sometimes. I try. But when I make a tweet, that tweet actually isn't an invitation for you to comment. Now, you can comment, it's an option, but you actually don't have to tweet under my tweet. You don't have to. And you especially don't have to tweet negatively under my tweet because I didn't at you. I did not at you. So I was not talking to you. But the minute you jump into my comment section under my mentions on my Twitter page with some ignorant bullshit, I'ma hold a mirror up to you. Because if you want to get ugly with me, I'ma get ugly with you. Make sure your daughter doesn't have autism. Make sure that both of your parents are in excellent health conditions, okay? Make sure that your BMI is where it needs to be. Do not come for me because you take it to hell, I'm going to meet you right there. She want to talk about me and call me mean names. Well, listen, I know a couple mean words too. What did she say? She says, wait, what did she say? I forget what she even said. Oh, because I blocked her. Talking about, oh, trying to imitate me because I said the word keep it cute, babe. And then she want to call me out my name because I said keep it cute, babe. I told her, I'm so mean. I told her, considering the fact that you aren't cute, I wasn't even talking to you. But since we telling the truth about each other, you're an ugly whore. Because she's an OnlyFans. She does OnlyFans. So she's got her pussy all cocked open for every motherfucker to see on the Al Gore's internet, cocked open to see, all in my mentions, talking to me unprovoked. What are you like? Why are you talking to me? Why are you being mean and nasty to me? I wasn't mean and nasty to you. What are you Why are you coming at me? But again, but again, I want to remind y'all that if y'all get out of character with me, I'm getting out of character with you. I'm getting out of character with you. So sorry for the side rant, but I'm on Twitter, so that just triggered me to 2 hours ago. Like I was saying before I had to bring up that whore, we are seeing the rise of a lot of populism, both on the left and the right. And we saw this with the red wave. When Republicans won big time in November, they weren't just any type of Republican. These were not establishment Republicans that were winning. These were MAGA. These were America First. These were populist right Republicans. Okay. And and why did Republicans just have a bloodbath last night? I'm gonna tell you why. Because these same America First MAGA Republicans, Trump's cunt dumbass, these same Republicans that got elected on the backs of having populist principles have done nothing but that. They've done nothing of the sort of populism since they got elected. So that's why they all fucking lost. And I'm elated about it. I'm elated about them losing. I'm so happy that Democrats beat the dog shit out of Republicans across the country. I am so ecstatic about that, y'all. You have no idea. That's the only good thing that happened this election cycle. That's the only good thing that happened is that Democrats sweep the fucking floor with all these Republicans, right? Let me remind you of all the reasons why they just lost. And I had this tweet. I'll read the tweet. This is what I originally came on Twitter for until I got distracted. I said this. I said, I'm happy with the Republican bloodbath, and I'll help to ensure they lose even worse in May, as long as they continue betraying the people who voted them in by putting Israel first, protecting pedophiles, funding foreign wars, spending money that we don't have, and attacking freedom of speech. I'll make sure Republicans lose in May too. Absolutely. As an independent, I might be a registered Republican, but I'm really independent. As an independent, I have no loyalty to Republicans. The fuck? Who who in their right mind has loyalty to these parties? Now that's crazy. In and of itself, to have loyalty to these parties in 2025 is fucking crazy. But yeah, just because I voted for Trump this last time, bitch, I'll vote your ass out the next time. Because what people don't understand is you have to make these politicians feel pain to get them to at least start talking and pretending to share principles that will put you first. You have to make them feel pain and pressure to even get them to pretend to be on your side, let alone to actually get them to vote the way you want them to vote. All Trump has done since he's got into office has been to put Israel first, protect pedophiles, spend money that we don't have, spending money like liberals, like Democrat presidents. He has funded foreign wars. He's continued funding Ukraine. He's given Israel billions. He got money on the docket for Argentina. Attacking freedom of speech. These are all things that they said they weren't going to do. So yeah, I want them to all lose. I want them to feel pain. Because again, I'll repeat, because before I even get to the comments,
But so, you really gonna vote for Democrats? It's gonna be 10 times worse.
let me remind you guys again of something else very important. I don't give a fuck who's in office. I talk about this shit because it's fun to talk about. It gets me views. But at the end of the day, I control 95% of my life, and the government comprises much less than 5%. Because I'm going to be successful under a Democratic White House or a Republican White House. I'm going to be successful in a liberal city or a conservative city because I have autonomy over the decisions in my life. Okay? So this whole politics bullshit is real cute, but that's all it is to me is it's cute. Okay? You only can control what you can control, and one thing you can't control is your votes. Use your votes. effectively. Stop giving such, blood loyalty to these parties who don't give a fuck about you. Okay? So that's my little rant for the day. I guess I can read some comments. I'll read some comments, I guess. Um, but this whole Zohan Mamdani, he's probably a fraud. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. He thinks he's AOC and he's Bernie, and he is, because he's probably gonna be a sellout, and we've already seen the signs of him selling out already, and he hasn't even become the mayor yet. He doesn't become mayor until January 1st, and he's already selling out. So yeah, the establishment will devour him like they devour everybody else. Thomas Matthew, the only motherfucker with principles. Thomas Matthew, the only motherfucker with principles. He ain't sold out yet. So anyway, let's read some comments. Um, I'll catch back up. I'll read some comments. Oh, thank you, Micro, for the jewel. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. I'm sorry for the Twitter rant. That was unexpected. I wasn't trying to do that. That was kind of a mid rant, sub rant in the middle of my rant. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. The thing I like about Mamdani is he said he would arrest. Okay, so hi DJ. This city is so damn grimy. I just feel bad for the children who have to see that every day. LBB. Yeah. My old Twitter comment just call someone a hoe. Oh, hey, Green Tea. How's it going? Thank you, Leah Bobia. I'm an inspiration. Thank you. Not the slight shade against Kenji. We had a little bit of drama in the Discord channel today. That was kind of cute. Thank you for having my back, Leah, like a real sister. Thank you for having my back. We had a little bit of drama in the Discord channel. And of course, who did it revolve around? Kenji, my dear friend Kenji. Of course. Kenji said some really crazy, shady shit to me in the Discord channel. I'm spraying the tea. Yes, join the Discord channel. Join the Discord channel. He said some shady shit to me, unprovoked, negative, just for the sake of being negative. Maybe he thought it was funny. I don't think it was that funny, but I did laugh. Um, but I wasn't offended. I think Kenji, and maybe you're here, Kenji, so don't. I'm not talking shit behind your back because this is public. You can check. I'm not afraid to say shit. But I think sometimes Kenji, he values being provocative and shocking people more than just being a nice person sometimes. You know, and I think that was one of those moments, unfortunately for him. But it's water off a duck's back, whatever. But Leah had to get in his ass for a second there, and she wasn't wrong. Um, we got 30 people in here and only 6 likes. Y'all are some fake assholes. Honestly, truly. Honestly, truly. Only 6 likes. I ought to end the stream right now. Fuck it. I ought to end the stream right now. Because what are y'all? Y'all are so fake and fraudulent. That's crazy. Hey Mac, what's going on? Hey Mac, I'm doing good. Hey Brett Church. We got 30 people in here, only 6 likes. Y'all are fake as fuck. Demon Eye, she ain't playing. Tell those hoes, don't come for me if I don't send for you bitches. Listen, I'm telling you, if you come at me crazy, I'm gonna come at you crazy. And a lot more was said. I'm not gonna go over all the tweets. Y'all can go follow my Twitter for that tea. But we exchanged words on Twitter.com. We did. Then I blocked her ass because why would I let a prostitute in my comments? I don't do that. Stop. For God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Thank you. Hey, Micro. He'll like that. Not mean gays, period. Oh, let me put all chat on. Live chat. Sorry, I didn't have live chat on. Do you have free bus now, Cho? I don't live in New York City, so no. We need more mean gays like you, no cap. We do. No, we do. We do because a lot of the gays indulge in toxic empathy, and now we got the trans girlies taking over our spaces, co-opting our narrative, taking up space in the LGBTQI plus exclamation mark HDTV strong Wi-Fi password community. It's too much. It's too much. And it's all because we got these gays with the toxic empathy. Oh, you know what I saw? I did see a video the other day that's going viral on Twitter. I get all the tea from Twitter. Why do you guys not interact with me on Twitter? You really should be interacting with me on Twitter. Um oh, did I forget the the two spirit? Fuck. Um but I feel like we're seeing a big turn. So I'll give you a little story, then I'll keep reading comments. So we had this black girl at the gym. You guys probably saw it went viral, and she discovered a man in the locker room. And a lot of women are becoming fed up with this bullshit, right? If you've got a 5 o'clock shadow and you got a dingaling flapping around in a women's gym, get the fuck out. You sexual predator. I'm sorry. If your dick is hanging out, flopping around in a women's gym locker room, you are a sexual predator. Full stop. Full stop. So she saw the man's dick, the trans girl's dick, and she threw a conniption fit. She threw a conniption fit. She lost her ever loving mind. Rightfully so. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. They ended up kicking the black woman out. They ended up kicking the black woman out of the gym. And then kicking the trans girl out too. I say trans girl loosely because she has a dick flopping around the locker room. But I'm trying to be respectful. Um, it was wild, and then it got kind of scary because a big buff broski came around to protect the black woman. He got in the girl's face, the trans girl's face, talking about, and what was the problem, and what was said, and da 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 da. And I was like, oh, it was kind of hot because you know what? We need men. We do need men to protect women. And I was very, and she thanked him. She said, "Thank you for as a man for stepping in and protecting me and protecting my space because that is your duty, right? As a man." So that was nice to see. But then it almost got physical. So he was brushed off. Security got in between them. It was very dramatic. Um, and so then I just thought to myself, well, you know what? I'm happy to see men stepping up in this regard, but I also need women. I also need women to be like this black woman that was like, enough is a fucking. Oh, this happened in LA. It's in LA. This happened in LA, California. It's crazy, crazy land. We need more women to protect their own fucking spaces, right? Because when this happens in women's spaces, you are the majority. Men don't control y'all spaces. So I need y'all to get a little bit louder like this black woman and make a fuss about it. Make a fucking fuss about it. Because it's not right. It's not right. And there's no amount of gaslighting, there's no amount of toxic empathy that will ever make this right. Now, again, a lot of y'all will call me transphobic. Transphobic. A lot of y'all will say that, and that's okay. Say what the fuck you want to say. Free speech here, okay? It's fine to have an opinion. But you're wrong. You're wrong, and it's okay to be wrong too. Um, I think that passing politics matters when we have these discussions about trans identity, because I actually don't have anything negative to say about trans women specifically. Um, but what I will say is that I feel like a lot of the genuine trans girlies, the dolls, they have been like their movement has been co-opted by um activists, clowns, literal clowns. The trans girlies I know, you wouldn't be able to clock them. The trans girlies I know don't parade around the fact that they're trans. And the reason why is because they want to seamlessly fit into society as women. Those are the trans people that I want to protect. Those are the trans women that I feel sorry for. I don't feel sorry for the trans woman that is swinging her whole dick around in a public ladies' locker room. That's not the trans individual that I feel compassion for. If you are not passing, you don't belong in women's spaces. Full stop. Trans women have been in women's spaces since the beginning of fucking time. And it was never an issue. Trans women are not out here preying on women or preying on how to commit crimes against women. Those are not the trans women that I know. And I know that people that do that is not representative of the real trans community. I know that for a fucking fact. But the problem is the conflation of it all, right? Because before you just had trans women in the bathrooms that didn't bother women. Women loved them. Bitch, touch up my makeup while you're here. Because the trans girls do it better than the real girls. So, girl, while you're here, touch a bitch's eyeliner up real quick for me. Right? Never was a problem. It's now a problem because men want to go in bald headed with a cheap party wig, a party city wig on that they haven't shifted correctly, haven't glued it on correctly, with a 5 o'clock shadow and a beard, with their dick hanging out on the bench. This is why we have a problem with bathrooms. This is why. So anyway, what am I talking about? How did I get on this topic? Who got me started? Who got me started ranting? See, it's too much. Let me sit up. How I get on this topic? Who triggered me on this topic? Was it Leah? So trans women are men again? Yes. Trans women with 5 o'clock shadows and full fucking beards and their dick hanging out on the bench are men. They are. Yes, they are. Newsflash, they are. Yes. Yes. Okay, so let me keep reading comments. You guys won in all blue states and celebrated winning in states you are supposed to win. Lies. Lies. Cap. You're a loser and you're bitter. Oh my God. This is what he says.
You guys won in all blue states and celebrated winning in states you're supposed to win.
Virginia was just read in November. And it's blue. today. Girl, sit down. And don't you guys me, because I ain't never been Democrat. I ain't never been registered as a Democrat. I've been a registered Republican since I was 18 years old. So don't you guys me when it comes to being a liberal or a Democrat. Don't ever do that, honey. Because that would be defamation of character. That's defamation of character. Cho, I got colored smart lights and they're the shit. Congratulations. My breasts are still lactating after I had my first child 8 years ago. What? You need to go to the hospital for that. I have loyalty to no one who goes back on their word, period. So you don't have any loyalty to any of these politicians. Good for you, Green Tea. Do you consider yourself a man or a female? Take a guess. Belly. And welcome. I love Messi's dead clock. He wears one as label. I love him. Thank you for the robe money. Do you have free bus now, Cho? Dude, no, I'm living Columbus, Ohio. What'd he say? Kenji recommended a Tundra. I mean, what the fuck? What Kenji say? Go to the Discord channel. Crazy how behind in chat he is already. Well, somebody got me started. Go to the Discord channel for the drama. If you want the drama, go to the Discord channel. I'm not spilling all the tea. I gotta have funnels. I gotta have funnels. You meet me here. I funnel you to the Discord. I funnel you to Instagram. I funnel you to Twitter. Go to the if you want the tea, go to the Discord channel. It's there. They just got done fighting. They're still they're still there, autists. They're still there in the general chat. So I mean, um, it was Leah. Twitter triggered me. You being an intellectually castrated abomination is who got you on that topic. Why is YouTube recommending this shit? Well, because you want me. The algorithms know. Hate watching a thing of yours. I live here, DJ. That's why I'm here. Hey, Kenji. Speak of the angel. All this for 4K subs. Come on, man. We're all adults here. You can just chill on the couch and watch a documentary. You don't really care about, well, having a drink. This internet shit is bad for everyone. Who are you? Um, hey, Indie Joe. Abominations. I love it. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for showing the support. Zai. Appreciate you. You dated a guy like me once, didn't work out. Well, that's cap because you never dated anyone. You're probably an incel. The lies, the lies, the lies. And don't be insulting, as if a guy like me would ever date a guy like you. Uh, do you have multiple homes? Do you have multiple mortgages? Do you have any cash savings? I have standards. I do. Why would anyone lie about being a gay incel? Come on now. Well, because it would be pretty embarrassing to be a gay guy who can't get any dick when it's really easy to get dick these days, right? My chat feed is on all comments. I did. It wasn't earlier. But Jeremy, I don't know what you mean 4K subs. I do well on the internet. I do pretty well for myself on the internet. I listen, you could never clock me as a failure on the internet. I've been making money on the internet for a long time. I was making money on the internet before I had any subscribers on YouTube. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to shift my, throw my weight around or anything like that, but I make money every month from sales I've made 7 years ago. So I mean, I mean, listen, baby. What I will tell you, Jeremy, and you might want to look it up, but affiliate marketing has been wondrous for me in living on the internet and being on the internet. It's been a wonderful thing. Try it sometime. Look it up. Because one thing about me is that I have a very engaged audience. I've always had a very engaged audience. And one of my mentors, who's a big time influencer, won't say their name actually, but she told me that I haven't spoken to her in a long time. But anyway, she told me that it's pretty amazing how much money I've been able to make over on Instagram despite having less than 2,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? Um, do you know what I mean? Like it's pretty amazing. Um, and what I learned from that is that you don't need a large audience in order to accrue um, money, right? What you do need is an engaged audience. You need an audience that comes back. You need an audience that cares. You need an audience that is willing to engage and come back and check in and feed into other different funnels. You need a community. And I'm so happy that I've been able to build that. I'm so ecstatic that I've been able to build that over so many years. You know, I don't even want a bunch of subscribers. That's not what I want at all. I don't value, that's not something I value. Um, so it's been great. So I mean, 4K subs, bitch, it can stay right here as far as I'm concerned. Well, I could do 50,000 subs. I could do 50,000. But any more than that, and it's kind of like, I don't know, it's gonna be a bit much. You know what I mean? Um, you can call a random number and get dick. I mean, you can. I wasn't insulting you. You're not a failure. I'm just saying that this is a little strange. No, like why you just hating on people, brother? I know you got shit to do outside of this. Go do that instead. What should I got to do outside of this? This is my part-time job. I'm working. What are you doing? What are you doing, Jeremy? What shit are you procrastinating? Because last time I checked, you are in a random stranger stream lecturing him about being mean. So, what are you procrastinating right now, Jeremy? I'm just saying, not to reverse Uno you right now, but what are you procrastinating? Because you typing to a random bitch on the internet right now, lecturing them. So, what are you procrastinating? You let me know, Jeremy, because I'm having fun, baby boy. I have fun when I do this shit. This is enriching for me. It's fun. It's fun for y'all bitches out there. And I make money too. It's a triple threat. It's a triple whammy. But what am I? So let's have a. Okay, I'm being a little facetious. I'm playing with you. We're playing, right, Jeremy? We're having a conversation. Um, we're we're having a conversation. But what am I hating on exactly? Let's actually have a honest conversation. What am I hating on? You said that I am hating on people. What did I say that was hateful? Can you call that out? What did I say that was hateful? This channel is where people can speak freely, express an opinion no matter what it is, including yours. That part. So, Jeremy, by the way, we are a freedom of speech platform. So you are allowed to use whatever language you want to use. We do have one rule: don't spam. Don't say the same shit over and over and over again. It makes it hard for me to read comments. And also no doxing. That's about it. Now, also, you can say whatever word you want to say, but you need to follow YouTube guidelines. Okay? follow those YouTube guidelines. Respectfully, I mean, do your thing. I'm just being a dick. Well, we know that, but I'm just saying it's kind of odd. I feel like it's a bit mean spirited. What am I hating on? What am I hating on? I need you to tell me what am I hating on? Because if you think I shouldn't be hating on men going into women's bathrooms and waving their dick around in women's if you don't think that's worth hating on, then I think that um your moral what do you call it, clock is ticking at a different wavelength than mine. And that's okay. But I think that's worthy of hating on. That's my opinion, and I don't think it's a crazy one either. I don't think it's a crazy opinion to think that men who look like obvious men that are showing their dick in a public women's bathroom, I don't think that's wrong to hate on. Call me crazy, but let me know. Um, Compass, a moral compass. Thank you, Kenji. You know I'm dumb as a bag of bricks. Compass. What did I say? What did I say? Jeremy had it. A moral clock. What? That's so dumb. That's so stupid. Cho. Oh my god, what a fucking idiot. Moral clock? What's a moral clock? Is your moral clock ticking? Is your moral clock on time? Is it on time? Is it on time? Um, I'm doing absolutely nothing. Well, bitch, we know. Cause you here talking to me, lecturing me. We know you're not doing nothing productive. Girl, we know, Jeremy, we know. Um, I find it fun to start arguments with strangers on the internet. We know you're wasting your time. So imagine me taking advice from a fucking hypocrite. Imagine someone literally on the internet causing discord, causing divisiveness, procrastinating, telling someone that they should be using their time more wisely. Be for real. And I love you, Jeremy. You're fun. I do like you. We're having fun, right? We're having fun. We're having fun here. Um, but you a hypocrite or ass cunt. You're a hypocrite. um, but I mean the sentiment still stands, I guess. Um, I love Uno Choke. Uno's a fun game. I love Uno. But you know what? I don't play Uno with family anymore because we get really intense about it. So black people are you know that black people, we a game of spades. Listen, I don't I don't play spades with my family. I don't play tonk. I used to play dominoes, but I'm even afraid to play dominoes because black people, we just get too intense with these games. These are family games. We're playing these games at Christmas and fights are breaking out. We slamming dominoes down, slamming cards down. It's crazy, but it's real. The stereotype is real. It's real. So let's keep reading comments. Um, um, It's crazy to see and hear Cho feeling better and ranting like crazy again. I know, David. Oh my God, I was so down bad. I was so down bad. I'm so sorry. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Listen, after my half marathon, after my half marathon, I was down for the count. The devil was trying to kill me. The devil almost had me. I was sick for 10 days. I was sick for 10 days. I've never been sick that long. I think I probably had COVID, right? Don't you think? I probably had COVID. I don't believe in taking COVID tests though, because y'all not shoving shit up my nose. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. Oh my God. So no, I don't know. Did I have COVID? Did I have COVID? I don't know what I had. It was a cold though. It was bad. It was terrible. I was down for 10 days. Too much. But I'm back. I'm feeling better. I'm like the crazy is back. The crazy is back in full force. I'm back. There's hoes on Twitter. Oh well, she did piss me off. That bitch, that prostitute on Twitter, she did piss me off. First thing I heard you say was about trans dick swinging on a bench like we are serious. What? Well, yeah. What are you talking about? That's what's happening. Did you not hear the story, Jeremy, about in LA the gym? Google this shit. Google this shit, Jeremy. There's a woman in LA at the gym, at her local gym in LA. She goes into the locker room or the changing room, and she literally saw this man's dick hanging all out and about. That's unacceptable. Full stop. For a woman to go into a women's locker room and to see a penis, unacceptable. Full stop. Full stop. And I don't care who that penis belongs to. A woman should not go into a woman's space and see a penis. And it's so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me because we're talking about Democrats and liberals and people with toxic empathy syndrome that they have them tell it, have them tell it, and they're the ones that protect women. Trump is too busy grabbing them by the pussy because he is a predator, allegedly, in my opinion, my conspiracy theory. He is a predator. Listen, if Trump's not a predator, then he protects them. One or the other. Pick your poison. If he's not a predator, if he's not a sexual predator, then he definitely protects sexual predators. Period. Pick your poison and be mad about it too. You dumb MAGA cunts. You can be mad about it if you want to, but it's one or the other. It's one or the other. Pick one. Don't get me started on that. Don't. Anyway, don't get me on that topic again. Um, but no, there's no reason. So what I was trying to say was like, Democrat. Oh, we
Protect women.
protect women. You want to protect women, but the minute a woman feels uncomfortable around a biological male, then fuck her. Fuck her. It's like that doesn't compute. The logic is not logicking. Like the logic is not logicking. It doesn't. I guess I appreciate that you at least tried to not bring it up again. I hate speech to text. It can be hypocrisy if you admit it. Yes, I'm having a great time. Oh, I'm happy to hear that, Jeremy. Welcome. Welcome to the community. We have fun here. And listen, Jeremy, to be honest, if you don't want me to answer political questions, ask me different questions. I'll talk about whatever shit you guys want me to talk about. So ask me something different. Change the fucking topic. Because I do rant a lot and I do get off on tangents. So if you ask me another interesting question, then I can talk about that shit for 30, 40 minutes. So, you know what I mean? Like, I think people get in here and think that this is all about politics, but it's because that's all you dumb cunts want me to talk about. And I'm not some political expert. I say my opinions and that's about it. I don't pretend to be someone that I'm not. So ask me something else. Phase 10's probably the best numbers card game. Well, I've never played that before. Sounds like you have bronchitis and a sinus infection. You're probably right, Kenji. You're probably right. You're probably right. Thank you, David, for being a member for 12 months. Cheers to a year, Cho. Love you. You're hilarious. Thank you for your benevolence for a whole year, David. I can't believe we've been friends for over a year. Wow. Thank you so much. You're so kind. You're so generous. You're so benevolent. You don't lie. Planet Fitness is probably the biggest culprit when it comes to my to welcoming men in women's changing rooms. It's fucking gross, dude. Will be, of course, it's gross. That's why we have two different locker rooms to begin with, one for men and one for women. Who would have thought? I don't think my mom is thrilled that I'm gay. Well, so okay, what is she gonna do about it? Tell me about this new butter mayo combo. What is that? Listen, I don't know what it is. Green tea. Who was the first person? Okay, so context, because we're getting ready to have a deep conversation about grilled cheese. But a couple streams ago, we had a whole 30, 40 minute conversation about grilled cheese, how to make grilled cheese, what to put in grilled cheese, why to put this with the grilled cheese. Do you use butter? Do you use olive oil? Do you use mayo? Well, we had this whole conversation about how to make grilled cheese. And then someone was like, I don't know who it was, but someone was like, oh, you need to do mayo and butter. And I thought that, wow, wow, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But how would you logistically do that? Would you melt the butter into the mayo and then, do you know what I mean? Like the way I would do it to do mayo and butter is I would probably I would spread the mayo on both sides of the bread, make the sandwich, whatever, and then I would put butter in the pan, heat that up, and then put the mayo on top of that. That's how I would do that. And then when it's time to flip it over, I would remove it, put more butter in the pan, and then put it on the other side. That's how I would do it. And then today or yesterday, I don't know what day it was. My days were getting blurred together, but someone showed a product. It was Kenji. Kenji showed a fucking product where you can buy the butter and the mayo together. It's crazy. It's crazy. Technology. 2025. We're living in the future where you can buy a product that is both butter and mayo at the same time. Couldn't believe it. Had to be AI. So green tea. So I don't know. I don't know anything about this new butter mayo combo. I'm learning about it as you're learning about it. But apparently Kenji's had it. Tillamook got it right. Who's Tillamook? At a grocery store? My question is, how can I stop being sensitive that she wishes I was not gay so it can stop bothering me? Well, this is hard. This is hard. But you are not emotionally independent. So, first off, that's a symptom. And we have to get to the root issue or the root disease or sickness. And in this case, you're not emotionally independent. Your emotional state and your ability to feel secure within yourself is tied to other people, right? And I think it's okay. Like for me, my security is tied to my partner. I'm not afraid to admit that. I think it's that you should have a healthy amount of codependency on your partner, a healthy amount, emphasis on that word, healthy amount of codependency, you know. But I always tell you guys that I don't care about what you guys think about me. The only people that can really hurt my feelings to my bone or really affect my behavior is my partner, right? My partner, um, and probably my employer. You know what I mean? Probably my employer too. Um, but that's about it, right? Um, you have to become emotionally independent from your mother, and your self worth cannot be tied to your mother because when that happens, your mom's human. I'm not here to bash your mom, but your mom's just human, and not everyone is okay with the gays, and that's okay. I know that's gonna be radical to hear a homo say that it's okay for other people to not be okay with gays, but it's okay. You don't have to change her mind, and her mind not ever be changed. But that's okay because as long as she doesn't cross boundaries where she is disrespectful, and that she still loves you and treats you as someone that is worthy of being loved, as long as she's doing that, who gives a fuck whether she's okay with you being gay or not? Do you know what I mean? And you've got to make it clear to her that you've got to make it clear to her that her opinion of who you are is not changing who you are. So you have to give the ball back to her, and that this is a choice that you have to wrestle with. This is a decision and or issue. This is not a you issue, artist. This is an issue only your mom has. Because you can't do shit about her opinion and you can't do shit about you being gay. And you only can control the things that you have influence over. You can't control whether you're gay or not. You can't control whether she approves you or not. So this is a her issue. Now, where your issue becomes is that you value her opinion so much of you that it's affecting your mental health. And that's something you have to work on, right? Um, you have to learn to accept that you can't make everyone happy. Be okay with that and move forward. That part might be good on a baked potato too. Oh, what 100% be good on a baked potato. 100% would be good on a baked potato. Tillamook normally sells cheese. They're the ones making the combo spread. I don't know if it will be for sale in stores or for online only. I guess we'll find out if socialism works out for New York. I don't think so, Warhammer. I don't think so. First off, they're already pretty socialist. Let's start there. Um, but I think Mamdani is going to be devoured by the establishment politicians. Nothing to worry about. I mean, New York's already a shithole. I mean, to begin with. So, I don't know. Try something new. Can't get that much worse. Try something new. If it don't work out, switch back. I don't know. Good luck though. And don't come to Ohio. Don't come to Ohio fucking shit up over here. She is definitely allowed to not want me to be gay. I'm not entitled to her validating my identity. That's on me. Very smart of you. I think I have an unhealthy codependence attachment with her. That's a great point. Why do you think that is, Autist? Talk me through it. Why is that? And if I may call out something really important here, you haven't mentioned anything about a father. Why is that? What's your relationship like with your father? Do you have a relationship with your father? What is the relationship like between your parents? I have questions now. I have questions. Let's dive deep into it. I have questions. It's all fake, left and right being used to create a digital dystopia, an early sign being flock. I haven't heard of flock. What are you talking about? What's flock? Cho, when did you come out to your family? When I was 18. And it was so anticlimactic. It was embarrassing. I mean, basically, my mom had the attitude of like, girl, we been new. The fuck? Okay, okay. I mean, it was, yeah, it was a little embarrassing. Flock cameras? Don't tell me these are cameras in the birds. They putting cameras in the birds now and having them fly all over the place. Don't tell me that's what it is. That's very dystopian. If so, because she raised me and my brother by herself and would drink and harass me and my brother. Ever since then, whenever she's not in a happy mood, it triggers me into fight or flight mode. Oh, there we go. There we go. Bingo. Okay. So, um, that's what I thought. And when I say harass, I mean threaten to off herself and scream at us. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. That's very abusive. And there should be no tolerance for such a thing. I'm really sorry. That's terrible. I think for someone to weaponize their literal life against their children, it's pretty reprehensible. Um, you've got to let that go. You've got to let that go. You can't change your mom. You cannot change your mom. You cannot change her to behave in a certain way that's more loving, more respectful. Um, you got to stand up for yourself. You're not your mother's caretaker. She's an adult. She knows better. And you've got to make clear boundaries between you and your mom because you haven't done that all your life. You've never constructed boundaries. And so it's gonna be ugly, you know? It's like when you, it's like when, it's like when you give access to the entire house for your kid to play in, and then all of a sudden you put up cages and you say, actually, you can only play in this one room because you're making a mess of everything else. But what's going to happen? The toddler will throw a temper tantrum because they're used to getting away with everything, right? You got to put it into that immediately. You need to put it into that immediately. And I promise you, this is a promise and this is a guarantee. When you begin to have stronger, more resilient, smart, effective boundaries, when you have those types of boundaries in place for the people you love the most, you will find that the relationship will become stronger than it's ever been before. I'll tell you a quick little story time. I'll tell you a quick little story time, and I'll get to these other comments about flock and whatnot, whatever the shit storm, more shit we don't have no control over, whatever. But when I first started dating my partner, you guys know my partner's 20 years my senior, so he's 56, I'm 35. But when I first started dating him 10 years ago, my grandmother was so toxic. She was so toxic. I'm not gonna repeat what she said online because that's I don't want to humiliate my partner, and that would be disrespectful and dishonoring to him. But she said some terrible things about him, and this is 10 years ago. And maybe you guys know who I am by now, but I told her on the phone, "Don't you ever speak negatively of my partner like that again, or you will never talk to me. If you have anything nasty to say about him, don't say it to me and make sure it doesn't get back to me. Those are your options. Stop this behavior, or you'll never talk to me again. Those are your options. And I said it just like that. Never had a problem since. Never had a problem since. Never, never had a problem since. Never, never. Well, now she loves him now. Now she loves him. Um, Everyone else loved my partner. My dad loved my partner. My mom loved my partner. My other grandma loved my partner. Everyone loved him but my grandma. Um, and once she found out that everybody else was on board, then she got on board. But whatever, we're in a great place now. But I only say that to say this: had I not set that boundary immediately, and it was very uncomfortable to say those things to my very own grandmother. But I had to make it clear that she had a choice, not me. I wasn't the one indulging in bad behavior, she was. So I gave her a choice that either you stop this behavior or you stop this relationship. You have to make sure that they realize this is their choice, not your choice. This is their choice, right? And never had a problem since. Now I'm sure she talked a lot of shit about him behind our backs, but you can do that. That's fine. I don't care about that. But the respect thing is what is important, right? Um. So yeah, I like to always tell that story because I think it's very poignant to these conversations. But she said some terrible things about not only my partner but me too, and I was like, oh no, girl, let's nip this in the bud immediately because we don't got to talk. Do you know what? Listen, we don't listen. That's just the way that's the way my heart is built, and it's because the way I was raised. Um, it's the way I was raised. My family raised me to be strong, to be independent, to stick up for myself, to not be bullied. And so it's tough for them in that moment, particular moment. I'm sure that was a very tough moment for her to have to reap what she sowed, right? She raised a grandson that doesn't take shit from people, but that includes family as well. I don't take shit from family. There's family today that I don't talk to, that I'll never talk to again because you crossed boundaries, you made decisions, and now you have to lay in that bed. And I sleep well every night. I sleep well every single night of my life. That's all I can tell you that much. Um, so I want to just share that you have to. And again, you don't have to be mean and nasty when you set boundaries. Boundaries are made out of love. When you set boundaries for yourself in a relationship, it's out of love because you want the relationship to be productive, caring, and loving. And when boundaries are intruded upon, that puts strain on relationships, right? So it's boundaries are a good thing. It's not a bad thing, but it's a tough thing to get through. It's a tough thing to construct. Flock cameras are bad and intrusive. Contractor working with Amazon to use AI to create a total digital surveillance state. Look it up. It's crazy. The flock cameras are communicate with each other and share data. No warrant, total invasion of privacy. Next town over is installing them everywhere. Oh, that's crazy. This started when I was 7. Needed to know how to get out of that codependency. I'm a grown adult now. Hey, Adriana. Hi, I'm Adriana, boyfriend. I just want to say thank you for telling my girl to walk up to me. Well, she was very brave, wasn't she? She's a brave girl, and I told her to do it. That you could only say no, right? You could only say no or yes. The worst that could happen, you say no, and she still doesn't have a boyfriend. Okay, you wouldn't have a boyfriend. Like she didn't have a boyfriend before she spoke to you. So if you said no, okay, I still don't have a boyfriend. Do you know? So that was the worst case. It could only get better from asking. Just keep being you. Be a good person. It's not your job to make her happy, and you can't, no matter how much she's taught you that it's your responsibility. It's not your responsibility. Thanks for sharing that story. Oh, no problem. New York City will fall with that commie mayor at the helm. I doubt it, big homie. If you think New York City hasn't fallen yet, then you're behind the game. You're late. So, do you think the boundaries will help the codependents any? Well, yeah, absolutely. But it depends on what the boundaries are, right? So, for example, one boundary that maybe you may need to have is, Mom, I'm not comfortable with you expressing um your feelings about me being gay, and I no longer am interested in having conversations with you about my gayness. And if you love me and respect me, you would respect my wish to no longer talk about it with me. It makes me feel bad when you do that. And so, in order to protect my energy, Mom, and for me to not build up resentment against you because I love you with all my heart. I'm so happy for what you did for me and my brother, raising us as a single mom. I don't want to build up resentment against you. And so, I need this behavior to stop because that behavior is causing me to dislike you. And I love you. And I want to have a great relationship with you. Do you see how that rolled off the tongue? Do you see how you're setting a boundary, not selfishly just for you, but you're setting a boundary for her sake too? You don't want to build up resentment against your mother, but her behavior is causing you to do so. She doesn't want you to have resentment against her, but her behavior is causing that. So it's all in the way that you communicate the boundary and you set the boundary. Do you make sense? Hey, Deem Hawk. Hey, Hawk. What's going on? It's time for dinner for us. He's having dinner with my family. Well, that's great, Audriana. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being such a long time viewer, by the way. I really, really appreciate you, Audriana. You've been here for a very long time, and I just really appreciate all the time you spent here. I don't take it for granted, believe me. Hi, Johanna. How are you? What's going on, Johanna? You could say, Ma, I'm going to blow my own head off. Do you want me to blow my own head off? Then knock it off. You could say that. Not the reverse Uno. Not another reverse Uno. Don't say that, though. That's what she does to you. That's why you got the trauma now. That makes sense, autist. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Chillin', chillin'. What we talking about tonight? Whatever you want to talk about, Hawk. We talked about Mamdani a little bit earlier. We talked about Republican populist and Democrat populist. We talked about some dumb whore cunt that I got into a big fight with on Twitter. We talked about her. We gave her some shine tonight. Some OnlyFans creator that had the nerve to talk trash to me on Twitter, and I got in her ass. Um, and then we talked about mixed martial autist. He's been having some difficulties with this relationship with this mom. And so we kind of talked a little bit about how to set healthy boundaries for your relationships. Um, so that's what we're kind of capping off that conversation. I'm great, Cho. You look great. Oh, thank you so much. That's literally what she would say to you. I saw that in a skit. It was very, very funny. Didn't talk about flock cameras yet, though. Well, I don't know anything about flock cameras to talk about, Tommy. I mean, no shit, they're bad. No shit, they're bad. I mean, who's gonna say, oh yeah, we need flock cameras? No one's willing to talk about how flock cameras are just like the biggest, best thing for privacy and for individuals and liberty. No one's saying that. Well, I'm not googling them on live, Tommy. I'm not gonna do that. What we can do, um, I can research it for a future stream. Do I have a mod here? If DJ lurking, I need to hire another mod. I need another mod. Was what I need. I need another mod. Because I put too much work on DJ. DJ can't be here all the time. But I need a reminder in the Discord channel to Google Flock cameras for a future stream. I think I did have bronchitis. I think I did have bronchitis. When Kenji said that earlier, I feel like it clicked. The light bulb clicked. On. Not off. On. The light bulb is on. It's bright as fuck. So it's like, I think I had bronchitis. I really do. I really, really, really do. That just makes total sense. Um, Dang, I missed a lot. You did miss a lot, Clark. I mean, you missed a lot, honey. Rewatch the stream. Rewatch the stream. Always rewatch the stream if you miss it because you miss a lot of gems. You miss a lot of gems. I'm telling you. They almost put a woman in jail the other day in Colorado. Why? We got rid of privacy when 9/11 happened. Oh, well, yeah. The Patriot Act. The beginning of the end of it all was the Patriot Act. Oh my God! Thank God Dick Cheney died finally. He finally kicked the bucket. One of the most evil men of our time. Not that him living recently has been doing a lot of damage. He's been sick for a long time, but like, I can't wait for a lot of these dinosaurs to croak, to be quite frank with you. Sorry. Can't wait for them to croak. That was the architect of the Patriot Act, was Dick Cheney. Mm. That's what I heard. I hope I didn't make that shit up. That's what I heard. That he died. Do you watch videos on your own time ever? All the time. That's all I do. All the time, Tommy. I'm YouTube Premium. Of course, I watch videos all the time. As soon as I end the live stream, I start watching videos in the background, listening to videos in the background, watching. I got true crime shit to watch on YouTube. Look who you're talking to. I'm always watching a video on YouTube. Yeah, go on the Discord. I watch stuff on Discord all the time. DJ hasn't been on in a minute, at least from what I can see. They tried to say she was a package thief and they used that flock AI shit. Oh my god, stop. Some bullshit. Won't matter what this digital dystopia they are erecting. Of course I'll give it a chance, Tommy boy. Just make sure that you put it in the right channel. We have channel topics for a reason. So if it's related to like your physical health, like, medical health, doctors, nutrition, food, exercise, then put it in the physical health channel. If it's a video about depression or relationship drama or shit like that, put it in the mental health channel. If it's about politics, put it in the politics channel. If it's we do have a general media channel. If it doesn't fit in any, if it's about architecture, we have an architecture channel. We have a channel for everything. But if it doesn't fit in one of those channels, then post it in one of the general channels. We do have a general media channel that you can post videos in. But sometimes I think most videos have a place. We even have a science channel now. So if science, astronomy, you know, there's shit going on in the Discord channel. And I try to watch. I don't watch TV, so I'm definitely not in the loop. It is very peaceful though. Oh, I don't watch TV either. I watch YouTube, but I don't I mean, I have a TV on the third floor in the entertainment room, but I don't really go up there. Cheney died November 3rd. Pour one out for Dick Cheney. I know you probably don't remember this, but a year ago I told you about my girl and I breaking up, and advice you gave me got us back together. So thank you. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. You know, Tommy, I used to have a relationship podcast. Not that I'm an expert, but I do think I'm kind of an expert on relationships. But I had a relationship podcast for a very long time. It was called the Love Collective Podcast. You might be able to find some of our content online still. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I ought to ask Lisa where that stuff is archived. I'm not sure. I'll have to figure that out. Maybe I'll re-release some shit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I had a relationship podcast for a very long time, so I do feel very comfortable giving advice on relationships. I love YouTube. YouTube is awesome. Yeah, it is. Well, I'm happy to hear that it worked out for you and that you found some value in it. And not only that you found value in it, but that your girlfriend found value in it and that you guys are in a much better place. I think that relationships are hard. They're not supposed to be difficult, but they are hard and they require maintenance for a lifetime. You know, relationships require maintenance for a lifetime. Um, and I'm glad that you guys seem to have done the proper maintenance. So I'm proud of you, Tommy, for I'm proud of you for um, doing the hard thing because it's easier to just break up and be broken up. That's easy, right? That's the easier thing. But to come back together and to work things through, to solve the problem, and I mean solve the problem, not to bury it under, 5 feet of resentment. You don't want to bury it under that, but no, to actually solve the problem that you guys had. I forget your specific story, but that is true. That is the true mark of a relationship because I like to always remind people that when you get into a relationship with someone, your biggest goal in that relationship is now how do we solve problems together for the rest of our life? That's the goal of the relationship. How are we solving problems together for the rest of our life now? So I like to think that the highlights of a relationship is not really when you're at at the height of success, but when you're at the bottom. How did you get over or get through a tough time as a couple? When your wife had a miscarriage, how did you guys solve that problem together? Did you show up as a man? Did you show up as a support system? Did you did you become the caregiver when the roles were reversed and usually it's her? Did you become you know, I think that's when you find out if a relationship really can survive for the long haul, right? Can you solve tough problems together? And it sounds like, again, I forget exactly, Tommy, what the fuck you had going on, but it sounds like you guys were able to solve a tough problem together. You should keep. Is that Nina? Who's crying? I thought I heard Nina crying. You should keep doing that. You are really helpful with that kind of thing. So there are certain things that I am particularly good at, in my opinion. Nutrition, financial investing, um, relationships, skincare, eating, nutrition. There's a couple things I feel very comfortable talking about. Um, so if you guys ever want me to talk about those things, just ask me questions, right? All this other, like politics, I'm not, giving opinions is easy. The fuck? I can give opinions easily because we all have them. But I'm not really an expert on politics. Never claimed to be. I think I just have fucking common sense. But some of these other things are actually my wheelhouse. That's why it was so interesting doing that research about SNAP benefits because I had never done it before. I had never like dived deep into it, but that's actually tangential to my wheelhouse. I really wanted to go into furthering my education to become an anti-lobbyist. That was really my goal in college was to, study nutrition and then become a lobbyist against other lobbyists, essentially. To kind of like, you know, remove the rot from within. But here we are talking shit on YouTube instead. I can work from in my robe though, which is nice. Um, I remember Tommy. I'm glad to hear that you guys worked it out. Thank you, David. Our relationship absolutely wasn't difficult, and she had these friends that got in her head. I think for the first time in my life, I was extremely patient, and we're doing great. Good. Although even when we were broken up, we were doing pretty good. We care about each other a lot, so that's kind of important. Oh, it's very important. You're right. When we started talking again, those friends stopped talking to her. They acted like I was beating her. Actually, we make fun of that now. That I hate that. I hate that. I hate that for her that she seemed to have lost. Well, actually, it's a blessing in disguise. Those friends weren't good friends. And by the way, there's a lesson here too. Let me share this lesson too. Because we've all been that person. We've all been that friend when you know that your friend is dating someone who's beating the shit out of her or cheating on her. I think Nina is crying, y'all. Wait, stop. Nina? Oh, Nina, you gotta go outside. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. And use the bathroom. Don't be messing around. Girl, I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, my bad, Nina. I didn't know that she had to use the bathroom. She like came all the way up the stairs crying. Oh, I'm gonna have watermelon tonight. I'm gonna have watermelon, guys. Look. Look at that watermelon. Look at that water. I'm gonna have watermelon and blueberries. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry for the interruption, y'all. If I hear my baby's crying, I have to like drop everything. Wait, I'm sorry. I had YouTube ask me to verify my age to watch a video today. Nope, not gonna go there. They already know from my watch history I'm nowhere near a teenager. I'm not volunteering that, period. Okay, sorry guys. Oh my god, what a mess. What a mess. Sorry. Let me. We gotta end the stream anyway, but let me hurry up and read the last. Um, YouTube restricted my account because I refused to submit ID. I was doing nothing wrong. They were pissed that I was holding out on buying a house and I wouldn't piss my money away like a moron. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, they're all broke, penny pinching, can't afford shit. You did the right thing, Tommy. I wasn't going to let people use their opinion to rule my life with some sort of insane cult like bullshit shame. Period. I know, I know. It's not tough to describe through comments because I know exactly what the fuck you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Tough to describe though. She had to use the bathroom, green tea. But okay, guys, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm sorry that the last little few minutes was a little chaotic. Nina had to use the bathroom. She's a princess. She's getting older, but she used the bathroom. She's fine. Um, but anyway, we had a great time, guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. Please do me a big favor and make sure that you always like the stream and like the stream and then share these streams with someone. Tell a friend where you're hanging out and where you're spending your time. Tell someone that like, hey, I follow this like crazy black homo on the internet and he's actually pretty cool. Like, you know what I mean? I'm really trying to grow the platform and really monetize so that I'm able to do this. Duke, now what do you want? See, I gotta go. I really gotta go because the dogs are acting fucking crazy now. Oh, thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that. I appreciate your benevolence. Your benevolence knows no bounds. But yeah, again, I really need to, get the word out and get people engaged, get people liking, and it really helps when you share the content. If you see a video or a short that you particularly like of mine, please share it on your socials. That helps a lot. Tell someone that, hey, I know this crazy black homo that has conservative slash libertarian principles. He's weird, he's dramatic, but not what you expect. And here's why I'm hanging around. You know, share the wealth. And yeah, Tommy, send me stuff in Discord. And talk to other people. The community's cool. We're cool people. So no, I think she's just no. She didn't have to poop. She peed. I watched her pee. She just has a weaker bladder. She's getting old. Nina's 14. She's an old girl. Um, but anyway, guys, I'll talk to you guys in Discord.